Hello, it's Art Masterpiece again, Mrs. Greiner here. I am so excited to share with you today Pablo Picasso. He is a Spanish artist, and do you know his first words when he was an infant were peace, peace, which was standing for lapis. So in Spanish, that means like pencil, so like to draw. He wanted to draw so much, even as a little boy. Well, just as it turns out, his father was an artist, a very good one. And so at age 7, he was having formal training of how to be an even better artist. And as his family went to different cities, it turns out that he was able to study at the art school in Barcelona, which was very, very prestigious. His father got a position, and normally they wouldn't let someone so young, I believe he was 14 years old, take the entrance exam. They would look at your artwork and see if you were good enough. And when they saw his work, they made an exception because he had so much talent. Now, what is Picasso known for? He's known for realism, and then he broke the ideas of traditional art with a friend of his. They introduced the world to Cubism. So, what is Cubism? I want to show you today's painting. Here we have Lemons and Oranges, A Still Life by Pablo Picasso. Now, does that look like lemons and oranges on a table to you? What do you see? I see oranges. I see a lemon. So Cubism was the first abstract art style, which began in the early 1900s. And they tried to create a new way of seeing things in art. Most subjects were broken down to their basic geometric shapes. So an orange, it's a circle, right? A lemon is like an oval. Sometimes they would show multiple viewpoints of a particular image. Sometimes they looked like pictures or a fractured glass. So they want you to see all sides of an object, or turn it upside down, or turn it sideways, So I'm going to show you a cube. Here we have a cube paper, and then if I break it apart to its different sides, it could look so different. We have so many sides to a cube, 6. I could bring it all the way out. I could just do some of the sides, maybe some on an angle. We could do the underneath side. What if we did pyramid? Pyramid. Now the pyramid is breaking. It's being fractured. What if I only showed you those sides of the pyramid? Now it looks completely different. What if I showed you that many sides? And completely open. It almost looks like a star. Here is a self-portrait and an actual photograph of Pablo Picasso. One in his younger years, and when he was older. Do you see the similarities? So he's breaking it down to the shape of his eyes, the strong line of his nose, his lips, the basic shape. Notice in the ear there's not much detail inside the ear, but the overall shape. He would get the whole idea and feeling of an object just with a single strong shape or line. I'm going to go back to our painting of the lemons and oranges. Here we go. Now if you notice, there's a bottle on the table. He gets the idea of it has a narrow neck, but then he only wants to show us maybe the top of the opening. But then there's a triangle. Maybe that's a reflection of a side. And this we have is the label, a basic label shape. The table we're seeing underneath and on top, or the side. He does a lot with light and shadow, even in one piece. So if you notice, even in this brown, it's not one brown. Even though it's a basic shape, he's giving us color variance within it. Pablo Picasso has changed the way artists have seen and thought they could do art through his very different styles. Now, just so you know, he started out in Barcelona doing realism. This is also a work by the same artist. It looks real. It still has some impressionist ideas. The wall has many different colors to it, but it gives the feeling of light and shadow, maybe the feel of the room. It's somewhat gloomy. She seems to be very sick. You can see the detail on the man's face. This was before he started doing Cubism. This is when he was still painting in the realism style. And then we have he had a blue period where for about 3 years he painted in mostly shades of blue, or there was a lot of blue to his paintings. As you can see, the background, the clothing of the subject, even the bowl and the table are all used in blue, and even the shadow on the man's skin are going to have blue tones. So this is an example from his blue period. He had a rose period where things were in the pink, reddish style. And then he moved into he had an African period and then his Cubism, and this is Cubism's Surrealism with synthetic components. So he wanted it to look like pieces of fabric or different textures, as if you had placed them overlaid on a painting, on a surface. So he's combining the Cubism, different faces of an object, side view, top view, underside view, as if you could see the object all at once, and mix it with different textures. So, the next time you're doing a piece of artwork, are you going to use bold colors, black, white, yellow, blue? Is it going to be one main color? You have a blue period. Maybe you'll do a purple. That would be really interesting to do something all in the shades of purple. Or perhaps orange. Or maybe you'll decide to do things in the Cubist art way, which is basic geometric shapes. What shape would be your nose? What shape would be the dog? Dog would have maybe a triangle nose. Maybe he would have round eyes. Maybe give it a try. And think about, I want to show the top and the side view, or I want to show all of it in one. Is it going to look like glass? Broken apart? Who knows? Until next time, make great art and Have fun with color. Bye.